Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alaihi wa na'udzu billahi min sururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Waman ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ilallah wa amila saliha wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, there is no God except Allah. So, what is God? God is a being which can do anything that He had wish, or He has the wish to create, to do. None can hinder or prevent Him from doing whatever He wanted to do. He can create everything. He can do everything. And who is that God? The idol? The idol is God? No, it's not God. He can't even do anything. He has eyes, but the eyes cannot see. He has mouth, the mouth cannot speak. He has ear, but the ear cannot hear. He can have leg, but he cannot walk. He was made by man, and men call them by names. They are not names given by Allah, they are names given by their forefathers. If you ask the idol which way to go to Kuala Lumpur, the idol won't be able to tell you. Keep quiet. If any harm fall on the idol, the idol can never even protect itself from the harm. Not to say to protect you and your family. The idol can't even protect itself. It stays there. If someone, throw the idol out from your home or smash it to pieces, the idol cannot do anything to protect itself from the harm. What more to protect you and your family? And the idol is not God. Is an idol can be used for playthings, not to be worshipped, not to be asked to do anything, to grant you anything, to give you anything. Can never be. If you are asking the idols, you are asking like nothing. Why you ask the idol to do you anything, to give you anything, to protect you from anything? The idol cannot do anything. And so the idol is not God. God is something that can do everything, who can create everything, who can protect himself from harm and protect you and the entire mankind from harm, can give benefit. So why don't you worship that being that able to create everything, the heaven and the sky, the heaven and the earth, who is able to nourish you, to grant you whatever you want, to protect you and your family from harm. And that is Allah. The God is one only. He is ever living, never died. So you don't see him, it doesn't mean he doesn't exist. He exists, but you have no power, ability to see him in this world. That's why he doesn't make himself visible to any of his creations. But he's there. The science exists, is that the whole world has been created by him. And in order to make his lover Muhammad to fully convince that he exists, he invited him to meet him, in a journey which is known as Isra Mi'raj. Prophet Muhammad SAW was taken from Mecca to Jerusalem, to Masjid Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem, and there he prayed his Isha with all the other prophets of Allah who is coming to give him one voyage on a journey full with Burak. Jibril was with them until Sidratul Muntaha. Beyond that, he says, I'm sorry, I couldn't go beyond this. You go alone. It's on top. You go beyond the Arsh of Allah, go to Kursi of Allah. So he met Allah. He saw the beauty of Allah. That is the evidence showing that Allah exists. And he says, At-tahiyatul mubarakatus salawatu taibatu lillah. He wished Allah with that words. At-tahiyatul mubarakatus salawatu taibatu lillah. And Allah responds, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Then Nasoha Saabin answered, Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillahi salihin. And then the whole angels say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammad. In every prayer, in tahiyat, first tahiyat and second tahiyat, we have to read. And in the second rakat, in the fourth rakat of a 4 rakat prayer, or in the last rakat of fajar, we have to read this tahiyat. In the second rakat of Maghrib and the last rakat, the third, after third rakat, we have to read this. So it just reminds us that Allah exists. When we read this tahiyat, it is countenance between Allah and Muhammad. Muhammad went on Isra and Mi'raj not to meet Jibril, as some interpreters of the Quran have come to understand. It is wrong. He doesn't take that journey that far just to see Jibril. He can see Jibril on the earth. Why need he go that far to see Jibril? He went there to meet Allah. Many interpreters of the Quran doesn't seem to understand this. They denied the fact that this journey was made so that Prophet Muhammad SAW will be able to meet Allah and to see Allah in its true form. How wrong was the interpretation of the Quran, which was done previously by many interpreters. So that At-tahiyatul mubarakatus salawatut taibatulillah is a greeting which is made by our Prophet Sallam to Allah when he met him. He was so close to Allah as the length of a bow. What more evidence you need? Of course, some people don't believe about the journey. Then how you get the prayer? How you got this at-tahiyat? How you get all this? If it is not, it doesn't happen. Rasulullah says in the morning to his companion, I went to Jerusalem. From Jerusalem I went to the high heavens to meet Allah. So, of course, the mushrikin of Makkah, Abu Jahl, say, oh, this is strange, very, very strange. In one night, he can go to Jerusalem. He never go to Jerusalem, but that night he went. So this is a very strange story. I'm going to tell Abu Bakr that his master has become mad. How it is possible? When people ask him about what he found in Jerusalem, he described many of the things, the wall, everything, the building. It is there. It's true. And on the way, there is one caravan from Jerusalem was coming about to Mecca. They say, is it true? They say, yeah. What mentioned by Rasulullah is true. He went to Jerusalem that night. And before fajar, he is already on the earth. It is not impossible for Allah, who can do everything. He give us the 5 times daily prayers. That's what some says today. In the journey, Allah give me 5 times daily prayer. He told all the stories of that journey and all what he have seen. The eyes of Nabi Salam has been changed to the heavenly eyes, able to see heavenly things, able to see Allah. We cannot see Allah with this eye of ours now. So Rasulullah's eyes was made to become heavenly eyes during that journey of Isra Miraj. That's actually a journey which has never been undertaken by anyone, not by any other prophets of the past, neither by any human being. Only Muhammad is the one who is allowed to meet Allah and to see His face in real form. So Allah exists. Muhammad have met Him and have give greeting to Him, and He greet back. What else? So that's why it is said, when you are in prayer, good prayer, you are actually mi'raj. The prayer is a mi'raj. That's why you are told, when you pray, you must think that you are prostrating before Allah. You are seeing Allah. Or if you can't do that, Allah is seeing you. This is ihsan. When you have this, then you will have khushu'. A person who is praying as if he is prostrating towards Allah, or Allah is seeing him, definitely he can remember Allah, isn't it? Throughout the whole actions of praying, he remember Allah what? He is prostrating or Allah is seeing him. And that is called khushu'. Do you have such ability, Azri? Why you do not have this? Why your prayer is not a mi'raj? Why? 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 Can't give me the answer. You are not able to proceed as if you are proceeding to Allah, and Allah is saying, because Allah is not in your belief. Allah exists. It's not there. For Rashidi, Allah doesn't exist in his heart. In his mouth, he says Allah exists. Allah ada. But in real belief, Allah does not exist. What exists? What I can see. Hanzala, he doesn't believe that Allah exists. If you ask him, Allah exists? Yes. That is in his mouth, but not in his belief. So when he pray, he can never pray as if he's prostrating before Allah, or Allah is watching, because Allah does not exist. If you believe Allah exists, you surely can do that. But you don't believe even Allah exists. Of course, you see Allah exists. This is the first thing that we must be able to have the belief to the core of our hearts. Allah exists. And Allah has made us. And Allah has proven to us, to Muhammad Sallam, that he exists by that at-tahiyyat. That at-tahiyyat, at-tahiyyatul mubarakatus salawatul tayyibatul lillahi, is the words which are uttered by our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam when he meet Allah, and Allah respond, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabi wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Then Rasulullah answered back, Assalamu alayna wa ala ibadillah bisalihin. But you don't believe it. So your salat lacks of khushu', lacks of concentration and devotion, or lacks of remembrance of Allah. You don't remember Allah throughout your prayer, except a little bit. What you remember? What do you remember? All other things other than, even in the 2 short rakat of fajar just now, what do you remember most of the time? Activities, work. You, Azri? Work, activities. Yazid? Why should you remember work and activity? Allah says, worship me, perform prayer to remember me. Perform prayer to remember me. Yira thought it is very easy. He was thinking that when he joined this work, he will immediately get khushu'. He's such a fool. He doesn't know it is so difficult. Very difficult. You need to excavate out of your heart all other love except the love of Allah. Or you have to excavate out from your heart almost, a high quantity of everything that you love other than Allah out from your mouth, of your heart. Then only Allah exists in your life. Then only you'll be able to stand before Allah while praying as if you are standing before Him, or He is watching you. So these are something very important which are not being realized by so many people and not able to be achieved. They say, as long as I'm praying, I'm alright. Allah will accept it. Allah will not accept a prayer which is without sincerity. A prayer which is without khushu will not go beyond your head and will not be able to prostrate in the high in front of Allah. Will be thrown back to you. So evidence to show that our iman is strong is our prayer. You just check on your prayer to know as to whether your iman is very high or very weak. You don't need to go far. You just check your prayer. Anzala, when you don't pray at all, definitely you are having, I think, almost no iman. If you are praying in the way of Muhammad Sallam, maybe you have iman, but not that high, not to the level which Allah has reached. In order to be able to pray as if you are prostrating to Allah or Allah, you need to be able to become the true believer, the good deeds of the highest level. That will need you to take out from your heart, with the permission of Allah, all the love except very little, probably, the love towards other than Allah. Otherwise, till your death, you will not have khushu in your prayer. So you must be convinced that if your prayer are not able to achieve, the status of khushu and kudu, khushu in prayer, then you are not treading the path that will lead you to become the lover of Allah. You will not be able to achieve your purpose. The purpose of our life is to become the lover of Allah. And how fortunate it is, how blessed it is, a person who are able to perform salat with khushu. Is the most lovable period of time of the day that person has, which is continent with Allah. Is the 5-time prayers, the tahajjud prayers. It's a period of full of joy, full of love, and the love, when you have khushu and kudu, it will be transmitted into tears in your eyes. Tears will come out. I call it the tears of love and the tears of hope. Because in the prayer you have love and hopes. You hope that Allah will forgive you, Allah will bless you. When you say and you make dua in between two sujud. You say what? What dua is it? Huh? No, in between two sujud. Rabbi ighfirli warhamni wajburni warfa'ni warzuqni wahdini wa'afini wa'afa. During that period, you are period of asking, hoping. When you make prayer to say Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, to you I worship and to you I ask for help, you are in hopes. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, give guidance to the true path, to me, to my children, to the whole entire mankind and jinn, to the correct path. Is hopes. You say Subhana Rabbiyal A'la, Subhana Rabbiyal Azim, Subhana Rabbiyal Azimi. Is all words will nurture your love towards Him. So a prayer is a combination of words which creates love and hope, and that will lead to tears following from your eyes. So when a person being loved by Allah, Allah make him to shed tears. It's different from us. When we love someone, we don't make him to cry. We try to make him to laugh. We are not God, we are not Allah. We have different liking from what Allah does. So we like people to laugh, That's why those who laugh so much never shed tears. They are mainly trying to make himself and others happy, but not Allah happy. So when you make effort to make Allah happy, and Allah is happy with you, Allah will make you to shed tears, particularly in your prayers, in your dua. Of course you can make crocodile tears. And Abu Bakr was saying, if you can't shed your tears, force yourself, pretend. Of course that tears which are pretending are not the same with the real tears. Allah knows as to whether we shed the real tears of hope and fear, or just acting tears like many actors and actresses able to do. So these tears are made, are used by a child. When the child is born, the child can do almost nothing other than shedding tears. But with that shedding tears, almost all the needs of the child are fulfilled. Only by shed tears. They cannot walk, cannot talk, how to eat, how to drink. But Allah make it with the tears of the baby, of the child, has made the mother, to provide food for the child, drink for the child, medicine for the child. So similarly, we have only that. When we are nothing, like the child, cannot do anything, like we cannot give hidayat. I cannot make you to change to become a better person. I cannot make you to understand my bayan. I cannot make you to become good. Nothing. I cannot do anything like the child. Even though I have the wish that everybody should become good, should obey Allah, should become religious, should become obedient, but yet it only remains a wish. I can't even make my children, myself, to become pure and religious, how to make others. So we are made in a state, in the real sense of the word, helplessness. In the state of helplessness. So the only thing that we can do, which will make Allah to become lovable to us, is to shed tears as a child. When the child sheds tears, it attracts attention of the mother. And the mother, having the love toward the child, knows, Allah give the understanding to the mother, that the child is sick, the child is thirsty, the child is hungry. So Allah give us, a means to attract his attention. We should surely, that is by shedding tears. And the love of Allah toward us, more than the love of a mother to a child, 70 times. 70 times. If even a child can attract the attention with can have food, drink, and medicine, surely we can. Whatever we need, from Allah, if we want guidance, we should shed tears to Him. We should cry to Him. He will be looking at you with love more than 70 times a mother. Love his child. And surely He will grant your prayer. But make sure the crying is not a crocodile tears. It's a true tears. If a crocodile tears is better than nothing, but you should make the tears to be true tears, not to show to others. So in the morning, in the lower part, in the ends of the night before fajar, Allah says in the one-third of the last one-third of the night, Allah descend to the lower heaven, when Allah is more than willing to grant the prayers. So in the tahajjud you should pray, and after prayer you should shed tears of hopes and love, and you will see your life change day after day, month after month. You going towards, but Rashidi is not doing it. Years of following, not once in a while, brother, every day. So I once in a while I shed tears. No, every day. What's wrong with that? Why we don't need to shed tears to Allah every day, particularly at that hour of the night? We can also shed tears other time, but that's a better time to shed tears. So, even though we are so depressed, so downtrodden, so grieved, and yet there is a way and there's a path to come out from that. Pray to God with tears falling from your eyes. Ask Him. He'll love you more than a mother loves a baby 70 times. When the child shed his tears, he get his food, his drink, he get his medicine. He will get anything we want from the God who is able to provide us with anything which I've asked Him. Okay.